putting money in the piggy bank for those replacements, eventually you'll come to the point where you're going to have to make a special assessment. And you all know, if you've known me, the only thing I do not like is special assessments. Why? Because special assessments go against your house, they go on the court thing, mortgages are hard to get, they get higher price, and the value of your house drops, okay? And the only reason I'm in this business is because my mother lived in a condo who was going to have a $10,000 assessment per unit because they never put reserves away, and it turned out to be $50,000, okay? And I figured people needed to understand the financial impact of what they're doing, not so much anything else. But if you're not looking at that big picture and putting that whole thing together going forward, I don't want you ever in that position. Because in reality, if your finances are right, you don't need me. You rarely need me. All you need me for is really this growth process. And when I took you on, you had never had an HOA meeting. You had not had ARC criteria. You came from scratch nothing, okay? You came from bankruptcy. And I have tried to work with this group all year long to address all of these issues. And this was what this meeting was for tonight, was to get everybody at the table, talk about the issues, understand how much has to go into the piggy bank, and understand what your real expense level is. Because I do not want a special assessment of $500 to drag.
Well, that's what I just wanted to know. What type of, in a condo, you've got roofs, you've got a lot of capital expenditures.
Yep.
My question was, what type of big expenditures?
Well,
Now, you brought up a good point, which
Yeah.
let me be clear on that. So the trees you're talking about that they
In
planted in
those
the
easements,
front
those
yard.
oaks grow like crazy.
So what you're saying is we should be taking them down, right? To
Here's-
like a
no,
maintenance.
I'm not telling you
But
to
like
take
a
them down.
preventative maintenance, which makes sense,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Because I've had trees like that where I had to take them out, and the county did come out and do that.
So-
But my question is something that we are encouraging people to do that
No.
before
No.
it gets bad,
Okay.
or?
Well, that's
what do-
one of those things where.
Because that's a budget, you're talking about a big budget issue.
Well, but here's the thing,
That's what you're
The- the
scaring
dis-
me with,
the discussion here is.
because I'm scared right now
No, no,
about
no, no.
all the trees, because I just took
Okay.
down 15 trees.
I-
Trust me, I
I
know the
hear you.
cost.
The
Okay?
trees belong to the city.
They do. Here's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. At some point, an owner may want to take out those trees in the easements because their sidewalks are getting lifted. Not today, okay, but soon.
They will
You're
have to
really-
permit because they're bigger than 3 inches.
But doesn't the
understand
city
that.
have
That's
to
why
take it
we-
out? It's
This
their
is such-
trees.
This is such a great.
Curb gutter,
No,
street,
they're
and
not. They're in
sidewalks
easements.
are under the jurisdiction of the city of Groveland.
Oh, okay, so if they come up, they gotta
This
fix
is
it.
a ungated community. That infrastructure, curb gutter, streets, sidewalks, water mains, sewer mains, irrigation, reclaimed irrigation mains are under the jurisdiction of the city of
Thank God,
Groveland.
we pay enough.
Fortunately, that is a good thing, because we do not eat, as a homeowners association, we do not eat the cost of
What we
lifting
make.
sidewalks, cracked curb gutters, those things, okay? If you have that type of problem, photograph it.
City's
I-
already been out to my place.
Which
okay?
is grand, absolutely
Oh, it
grand.
only took a year.
And I just notified the city of Groveland on that issue on the frontage sidewalks the other week, because I seen it was on the agenda, and I did not want our association to eat the cost of grinding those sidewalks or cutting and replacing. So I sent it out, I made a call out to the city of Groveland, James Hirsch, agreed, their responsibility, they picked it up. That's my way I save this community money.
I
Wow.
have a
Sorry.
question.
Yeah.
That's okay. I live in this community, my husband and I do, and we care about our community, we're excited about it. Having an HOA does not have to be a negative thing.
No, it shouldn't be.
But I personally, every single meeting I've attended for the past 2 years, you have been so confrontational.
I'm
that
sorry.
nothing
Yes.
gets done.
Yeah, maybe
Nothing-
because I feel like I'm getting yelled at. I'm sorry.
Okay, well,
You've been,
Yeah.
and
you've
maybe
been very
that's why.
dominating, and it
Yes.
gives the appearance as if you're a board member.
We shouldn't,
Oh, I'm
we
not.
shouldn't be,
I couldn't even
actually,
get her license number
our
to this
board
day.
members-
She hasn't given it to me.
Our board members were
Jenny left it on your
No,
phone.
she did not, she did not.
You can have my board
Try to get her
number.
license number, she never gave it to me.
But you only
This lady
asked for
has
it.
the floor, this
Wait a
lady has
second.
the floor.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
go ahead. Our board members were elected by us. They
Yeah.
live in our community. They also care about our community.
No, they weren't all,
No,
they were
appointed.
They were appointed by the old HOA.
I was at the meeting. But we had all seen, we got the information about each of them. The difference between the board and the management company right now, it seems, is that other than perhaps the president, it really was just kind of button heads, and all that happens is conflict. So my understanding is that in February, if we have a meeting and we have more than 40 homeowners, we can replace the management company, and I think that would be a good idea.
I apologize, and I don't mean to, just trying to understand. If Tracy wasn't the problem, why was she removed? I'm out of the loop completely. I just know we were all anxious to have the next meeting, and this is a board meeting, not an HOA meeting, the difference being, okay.
Membership versus the board.
Right. So, but we were all looking forward to it, and I think there was a lot of misinformation going around about this meeting that people didn't understand. That was still a board meeting, but I got the impression it was, Tracy was removed because she was the problem for not having the other two.
No,
So
not
why
at
was she
all.
removed? Can I have the explanation why she was removed?
I don't know. Chris, just.
Can I have
Chris
the
started
explanation why
motion.
she was removed? I'll tell you, because.
To protect the association, I cannot I'm not going to detail that opinion.
Okay, I
That
guess
could
there's
open
some,
up to
and I apologize because I know
I
there's,
acted in the best interest.
okay, that's okay.
Well, here's the problem with this. Here's the problem with this. You can replace her all day and say, okay, we don't need her, and we all clap, and that sounds real good. But if this right here is not in order, we're gonna have the same problem.
Yes.
So we've got personal issues that need to be dealt with, or a new slate needs to be done. I deal with this all the time with City Hall, with City Council, and this is the same thing that I see in this room, is that there's personal issues, and nothing will ever get done if the four people up here don't even get along with each other.
Well, I think
I'm
we
like-
need a bigger board, we need more people that can vote, so that it's not the officers or the board, because the board votes, the officers do. The board votes, the officers do. Right now, isn't it true that all the board members are officers?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're voting
No,
on what they're gonna do.
No, I
I'm
think
not
you
saying
don't
that
understand.
One officer.
HOAs
You've got a
are
president.
different. HOAs are different.
No, you've got a president, a vice president, a secretary, and treasurer. My thought is, I'm just thinking, community involvement. You have board, and the officers can be on the board, that's great, but that you have more board members, which are just board members. They vote, people like you guys. And then the officers do what the board voted. The board votes in the best interest of the association. It's like any corporation. This is a corporation. It's a non-profit, but it's a corporation.
Yes.
We are the shareholders. We are the members. The board, we vote in the board. The board votes for us. The board is supposed to elect the officers. Does everybody understand the basics of that?
Yes.
Because I just learned that. Trust me. I don't have, I've only gotten involved because I'm just like, whew, I need to move.
Yes.
I need to rent my
And
house
I
out.
second, excuse me.
But I just
and
want more
second
board
that,
members.
Because by the time that I came to the first meeting, my thought was that maybe we can do that, For Chile to say, we elect them, we have to be quiet, and we never have